Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
Well, it's been a little bit of a busy week over in PNG, and I've noticed with interest over the last fortnight that Peter V'landys has come out with some pretty bold statements, as he tends to do, regarding all sorts of matters in the game. But let's have a look at PNG in particular this week. Now, he is the king of the quotes, for sure and certain, in rugby league, Peter V'landys. I don't know whether to shake my head in disbelief or laugh out loud. Both would probably be appropriate. The new board for PNG has been announced this week, headed up by former Bulldogs boss Ray Dibb. Look, lately the claims about the success of PNG in the NRL competition have been coming thick and fast from V'landys. According to him, PNG will make the, and I want you to listen to this carefully, fans of every other club. According to him, PNG will make the top 8 in their first season. Big claim number one. Apparently the game will also generate more revenue out of PNG alone in the future than it will do in Australia.
Really?
Wow. And finally, some new PR and pamphlet pushing. The NRL will be able to offer a permanent holiday for players and their families over there. Quote, now listen to that. The NRL will be able to offer a permanent holiday for players and their families over there. Yeah, what a place to be indeed. Now, look, there was a serious issue only last week involving a police officer that I can't even detail because it's so disgusting from someone in a position of power over there, and I refuse to repeat it here. But trust me, despite the appetite fans over there have for rugby league, and I've got no doubt about that, this is a complete disaster of a plan to have this mob join the competition in 2028. Just to refresh your memory, the federal government have stumped up $600 million, and the PNG government, on their side, have agreed to help with local infrastructure. Gee, that's reassuring. And tax concessions for players. That's their part of the deal. Now, pinch me, I'm dreaming. What on earth are the NRL doing to our competition? And the problems over there will be many and endless. You can't guarantee player safety. And I have no idea how anyone with a wife, partner, or children would contemplate going over there to essentially live and play football. The NRL are completely delusional, in my opinion, and the entire game should be concerned about what we're doing with PNG, for God's sake. Alfred, please set me straight.
Thanks for the request.
Well, I'll put it to you another way. Are you with Pete or are you with me? It's a simple question now.
Never with Pete, mate. No,
choose your sides.
There are two people in the world, two leaders in the world at the moment that are thinking outside of the box, way outside of the square, and the square is the thing inside of their heads. These two blokes have got square boxes inside of their heads.
Mate, some of these claims are outrageous, and this is the bloke running our game.
Top eight in the first year. Come on. How's he going to do that? Organise the referees? Come on.
Seriously, you're not believing this hard sell, are you? I've just rattled off a couple of quotes to you, and they're all fanciful.
You don't need that sort of rubbish and garbage. You just need to convince the people, the public, the rugby league paying public, that it would be good for rugby league here to have someone else in the game, wherever from, I don't care. But and I think PNG have paid dues for long enough as a rugby league place to go for end of year games and whatever, and for them to play in the Q Cup. Forget the fantasy. No. Let the game sell itself. And if you're going to have someone like PNG in the side, then they've got to sell it themselves. They've got to sell how good they are. They've got to sell what they've got to offer for people who want to go to PNG. Yeah.
I don't know whether he's trying to
leave it at that.
Convince the rugby league public or himself. We're promising holiday-style accommodation. We're promising safety, we're promising success, and we're promising that the game will generate more revenue out of that one market than the entire game does here in Australia.
It's we need a new leader if it's coming to all of this. This is
we're supposed to be running an elite sporting competition. I've said it over and over again. Yet we seem to, praise the bloke about how much revenue and how much money. And when he talks about growth and the money that the game will make.
Yep.
Well, to what end and to what detriment is that the focus? I mean, I think that the people who are running the NRL for some time have lost sight of what they're actually supposed to be doing first and foremost fundamentally, and that is running an elite sporting competition with integrity. Now, that's first and foremost.
They've lost the product.
I think they have. Well, look, they only see it as a product, which I think is part of the problem. They only see it. Look, at this point, it may as well be a board game. I'm not so sure that we can spruik about how much the game is making in revenue and how many great investments we've got and how bright the future looks in terms of its finances, if that's the only thing that you're focused on, because that's not what the game and running the game is actually fundamentally about.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.